Ecclesiastes says, the sleep of a labouring man is sweet. In other words, when you physically move through the day, you get physical exhaustion at night and you can sleep better. So arginine vasotocin is your natural painkiller, and arginine vasotocin puts you into a deep sleep. So the earlier you go to bed, the more likely you are to fall into a deep sleep.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill. Today we're focusing on an issue that affects almost everyone, especially as we age, and that is sleep. Did you know that nearly 50% of older adults experience some form of sleep disturbance? Sleep plays a critical role in our body and overall health. It is the time when our body rests and regenerates energy after a day of activity. So if you don't get enough sleep or your sleep quality is poor, your body will send warning signals. If insomnia occurs frequently and over a long period, it may lead to the risk of developing serious health conditions. In this video, we will explore natural remedies that truly work to help you achieve better sleep. I'll share practical tips supported by research to help you wake up feeling refreshed and energized. If you've been struggling with restless, sleepless nights, keep watching this video so you don't miss the valuable information I'm about to share. You don't need to rely on medication to maintain your sleep every day, as that can negatively impact your health. Join me as we start this journey toward better sleep today.
But insomnia is a huge problem today, and there are a few reasons. So we'll put our resident why here. Why? Why are people having trouble with sleep? Well, Proverbs 14, verse 6 says, knowledge is easy to him that understands. So what my aim is to give you an understanding of sleep. I want to show you what happens when you sleep. And when you understand what happens when you sleep, you begin to have a knowledge on the important times to sleep and why. There's a little tiny gland in the base of the brain, and it's called the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is about the size of maybe a macadamia nut, and it's right in the base of your brain. And the pineal gland releases 4 hormones every night, but only in certain hours. In the winter time, it's between 9 and 2. And I think your summertime ends end of October, is that right? We call it daylight saving. So in Australia, I think daylight saving's just about begun, and that when daylight saving, so at the moment you're still on summertime, yeah? So at the moment it's between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Why only those times? It has much to do with the moons and the tides. Light and dark signals are fed through the optic nerve to a control centre in the brain where your body clock is located. And your body clock communicates with the pineal gland. And these are the hormones that are released. One is melatonin. A lot of people have heard of melatonin. Some people that don't sleep very well take melatonin. Well, we naturally release melatonin in that time, and it's called the fix and rejuvenate nighttime hormone. So it is this hormone that probably is mostly responsible for the fix and rejuvenation that's happening in our brain and our body while we sleep. Another hormone is serotonin. That's the mood hormone. So if you want to feel good, go to bed early. What are the kids like if they have a late night? Not very happy. Either are the adults. Another hormone that's released in these hours from the pineal gland is arginine vasotocin. Those kids are having a ball out there somewhere, yeah? Arginine vasotocin is our natural painkiller. Did you know you have a natural painkiller? When you go to bed in these hours, your natural painkiller is released. But your natural painkiller, when it's used, it leaves a waste. And if that waste hasn't been released, then the next night, arginine vasotocin won't be released. So how do we get rid of the waste from using our arginine vasotocin? That's exercise. When you exercise in the day, as you perspire, you are letting go of the waste. And that's why exercise is so important to be able to increase your ability to sleep.
Exercise is an essential and effective method to improve the quality of your sleep. When you engage in physical activity, especially in the morning, your body temperature rises and then gradually cools down. This drop in temperature signals your body that it's time to prepare for sleep, making it easier for you to fall asleep and enjoy deeper rest. Regular physical activity also helps manage stress. High levels of the stress hormone cortisol can make it difficult for your body to produce melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. Cortisol, also known as the stress hormone, works alongside melatonin to stabilize the sleep-wake cycle. In the morning, cortisol temporarily spikes while melatonin decreases, promoting alertness and energy. In the evening, cortisol levels drop and melatonin increases, preparing the body for sleep. Elevated cortisol levels at night can negatively impact sleep quality. By incorporating exercise into your daily routine, you can energize your body, reduce stress, and create a better environment for melatonin to function effectively, thereby helping you achieve restful and deep sleep. Another significant benefit of exercise is its ability to eliminate waste from the body. Physical activity can help remove bacteria from the lungs and flush out carcinogens by enhancing the activity of the lymphatic system, which aids in waste removal. Additionally, exercise slows the release of stress-related hormones and significantly improves overall health. Sweating during exercise helps eliminate byproducts created by natural painkillers, such as arginine vasotocin. These substances are released during sleep and play a crucial role in pain relief and body recovery. If these byproducts are not eliminated, they can interfere with the release of arginine vasotocin at night, potentially impacting the quality of your sleep. Therefore, incorporating exercise into your daily routine can greatly enhance your ability to fall asleep and improve your overall sleep quality. Moreover, regular exercise boosts your mood and energy levels throughout the day.
The other hormone that's released is epithalamin. And epithalamin is a hormone that increases learning capacity. So epithalamin increases learning capacity. So to be able to understand and retain the new things that you're learning, we need to go to bed early. You ask any teacher, they can tell the children that had a late night because they just don't get it. They don't retain. Epithalamin increases learning capacity, and epithalamin slows down aging. Everyone over the age of 25 likes that one. So these are the hormones that are released in these hours every night. But more comes into the equation. And I was reading a book called Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker. And there's some fascinating research that he quotes in there. And this research was first started probably in about the 1950s. And they were doing research on rats. Because, do you know, they research on rats a lot because their digestive tract and many things are very similar to humans, and they live 2 years. So they can see what would happen to a human in, say, 80 years, would happen to a rat in 2 years. And they found that there were periods of the night where the eyes, the eyelids are closed, but the eyes are active and moving, and then there are periods of the night where the eyes were still. So they put electrodes on the brain and on the eyes, and what they found is when the eyes were active, the brain was active. But when the eyes were still, the brain was a little bit more still. Some of the researchers, even their 2-year-old children, they had all wired up while they sleep. And, they had lots of volunteers come in. Sometimes they did it on themselves. And they found that across board, the same thing was happening. So what they did was they called the eye moving fast, rapid eye movement time, and the eyes moving slowly, non-rapid eye movement time. So let me show you what happens in those times. So in non-rapid eye movement time, they found that in the brain there's a courier service happening. Now all through the day, everything that happens to us is stored in our hippocampus back here. It's called the short-term storage unit. While we sleep, there's a courier service that takes all of those memories from the day up to the cortex up the top. So that's a courier service happening in non-rapid eye movement time. The other thing that's happening in non-rapid eye movement time is the cleaning system. We just mentioned that, the glymphatic system. So cleanings happen. What they found is that the brain cells seem to shrink up a bit, allowing more fluid between them, and so this cleaning system is happening. So what's cleaned up? Waste from neuronal activity, waste from the combustion of glucose and oxygen in the energy cycles in the cell, but also negative emotions, which we just discussed. And that happens after we make the decision to forgive. So when we forgive, that seems to trigger this glymphatic system to start cleaning up the waste. So these are the two things that happen in non-rapid eye movement time. In rapid eye movement time, this is where dreaming happens. No wonder the eyes are moving fast. The dreaming. Also in rapid eye movement time is a filing system. Now what Dr. Matthew Walker was amazed at in the research that he was doing, and he's an atheist, and this is what he said. He said it's almost as if sleep has an intelligence.
Dr. Walker's research on the idea that sleep has its own intelligence highlights that sleep is an incredibly complex process involving various mechanisms. It's far more than simply closing our eyes and drifting into dreams. During the REM sleep phase, our brains do more than dream. They also organize and make sense of the information we've gathered throughout the day. This filing system connects old memories with new experiences, playing a vital role in problem solving and creativity. That's why we sometimes wake up suddenly with the answer to a question or issue that puzzled us before. REM sleep also helps us manage emotions. At this stage, the brain processes emotional experiences, making it easier to cope with stress and maintain a stable mood. This explains why sleep deprivation can make us more irritable or anxious, and why it's linked to emotional disorders. Additionally, REM sleep is essential for physical health. It helps regulate metabolism, strengthens the immune system, and even affects weight management. Achieving a balance between deep sleep, non-REM, and dream sleep, RM, ensures that both the body and mind receive the restoration they need. While we sleep, the brain rests and the body enters a state of positive unconsciousness, primarily responding to internal stimuli. The exact functions of sleep are not yet fully understood. Some prominent theories include the inactivity theory, energy conservation theory, restorative theory, and brain plasticity theory. These theories attempt to explain why living organisms require sleep by exploring the brain's mechanisms and functions. All of this research underscores the importance of quality sleep, going to bed early and allowing enough time for both deep sleep and REM sleep supports learning, memory retention, emotional stability, and overall physical health. Prioritizing good sleep is essential for a balanced and healthy life.
So sunshine in the day helps us to sleep better at night, because it resets that body clock. It's called your circadian rhythm. You've heard of the circadian rhythm? It is reset by sun's rays going through the eyes. Now, I never suggest we look at the sun. Our eyes will tell us not to do that. You could look at it today though, couldn't you? It was a funny hazy ball behind the clouds. But those sun's rays help to reset the circadian rhythm. Dr. Neil Nedley, he found that up to 80% of his depressed people, their circadian rhythm was out. He also found that a lot of his depressed people were going to bed very late. And they were watching movies or playing games or on computer till late. So a couple of things were happening there. Number one, they were missing out on the rest and rejuvenation that God planned us to get every night, but they were missing out on the early morning sun. He says that first hour of light in the day, it resets your circadian rhythm. So sunshine's important. Now remember Dr. Matthew Walker, he's writing this article for better study habits. Temperance. He was very strong on the dangers of caffeine and refined sugar, and how many students are sipping coffee late at night till midnight trying to get their study in. But what Matthew Walker found, they retain almost half as much as the people that stop the stimulants and go to bed early. That's a big difference, huge difference. So your stimulants. We'll put a big no there, no stimulants. And of course 4, this is 8 hours sleep a night. 8 hours, not negotiable.
Natural factors like sunlight, fresh air, and avoiding stimulants play a crucial role in ensuring quality sleep, far exceeding basic recommendations. They significantly promote good health and effective learning, especially for students. Let's explore why these factors are so essential. Sunlight not only boosts mood, but is also key in regulating the body's internal clock or circadian rhythm. Morning sunlight signals the body to wake up and feel alert by suppressing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and releasing cortisol, the energy hormone. Studies show that regular morning sun exposure helps reset the sleep-wake cycle, improving sleep quality, mood, and focus throughout the day. Fresh air impacts concentration and cognitive performance. Sleeping with open windows enhances airflow, increasing oxygen levels and reducing carbon dioxide. This simple habit can boost focus, reduce morning grogginess, and lower stress, directly improving learning and productivity. Stimulants like caffeine and nicotine can disrupt sleep quality. Consuming caffeine late in the day interferes with deep sleep, which is critical for memory consolidation and brain recovery. Lack of deep sleep significantly impairs learning and retention, making late-night studying less effective than studying after a full night's rest. Finally, getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night is vital. During sleep, particularly deep and REM stages, the brain organises memories, clears toxins, and strengthens neural pathways. This process is essential for students as it supports learning, problem solving, emotional stability, and overall well-being. Prioritising sufficient sleep ensures better cognitive function and long-term health.
What about taking melatonin? There are some things that you can take that help with sleep, and one is melatonin. Dr. Neil Nedley, in his book Proof Positive, he mentions melatonin, but he also mentions that it hasn't been around long enough to know what the side effects are. Hasn't been around long enough to know if you take melatonin every night, does that mean your body stops making its own melatonin? But it can help with some people, and maybe it can be like a halfway stop when someone's coming off sleeping tablets, that they might try that. One lady said that valerian made a huge difference for her son.
Oh, that's so bad.
And because it is not a very pleasant tea, I think that's an E. Because it's not a very pleasant tea, taking it in capsule form or in tablet form can be an easy way to do it. But you see, it's a mild sedative, it's a mild tranquilizer. And her teenage son, and when I investigated as to the teenage son, he was on technology till midnight every night.
Using electronic devices at night can significantly disrupt sleep. Blue light from screens such as laptops, phones and tablets inhibits melatonin production, reducing both sleep duration and quality. To minimise these effects, avoid screens at least an hour before bed and opt for dim, soft lighting to signal your brain it's time to relax. Natural remedies like chamomile tea, known for its calming effects due to the flavonoid apigenin, can also promote sleep by reducing anxiety and inducing drowsiness. Establishing a healthy bedtime routine, such as reading, listening to soothing music, or practicing relaxation exercises, can signal your body to wind down. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule by going to bed and waking up at the same time daily helps regulate your internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up refreshed. Limit caffeine intake to mornings or early afternoons to avoid its effects on your sleep. Finally, optimize your sleep environment. A dark, cool and quiet room can significantly improve sleep quality. Blackout curtains or white noise machines can create an ideal atmosphere for rest. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates on our latest content. Thanks for watching.